1959, psychologists wanted to understand what does extreme pressure do to men, and not the regular stress of the daily life. They wanted to understand how does men react under extreme critical deadlines, under a lot of pressure, and when they are in that phase that if they fail, what would be the impact to their families. So that kind of pressure. So the way they went about it, they formed two groups, and in one group they started the experiment with these men. So in the initial phase, they observed the men in that first group during the first phase were pretty okay. They were confident, they were stable, they were positive, and they were very certain about their future. So it was going all good when they were in their first phase. As the psychologists started creating more intense pressure on the group, that's where this first group started getting lack of confidence. They were negatively aligned, they were having a lot of stress, they were getting very uncertain about their future, and they were just not there. They were also getting depressed about what would happen. So a lot of fear was started coming in when the psychologists started exerting a lot of pressure, with the critical deadlines. At the same time, there was this other group which the psychologists had formed. Now this other group, under extreme pressure, were really calm. They were confident, they were certain, they were very mindful, and they were absolutely okay under that extreme pressure. Now the reason was, this second group of men which was formed, they were very process driven. They were actually focusing on the process, on building structures. They were focusing on mastery. Now they were not really looking at the results, whereas the first group was focused on the results, which was creating a lot of stress in them. But the second group was all completely process driven and building structures, which was not causing them any stress or anxiety, because they were not in their mind. The second group, they were just focused completely, like I said, building systems and structures and learning and evolving. So they were pretty okay. But the first group was connected to the results. So the mind was getting activated, which was creating a lot of stress because they were chasing results. And if they don't get results, what happens? But the second group, they had no mind and no ego coming in, so no stress and anxiety coming in, and they remained calm. So what we have to really learn from this experiment, what was proven way back in 1959, that if you are focused on the process, building structures and mastery, and you are not really focusing on the results and the outcome, you will stay calm and you can lead a pretty good, successful life, a very result-oriented life, the life that you desire when you focus on systems and structures and process. Forget about the results. Don't focus on them. That's where the anxiety and stress comes up. So this was proven back then in that result, in that experiment in 1959. So what we really got to get from this entire story and this experiment is how we can take this in our lives and how we can focus on building systems, structures, and focus only on that. And also one more thing which came in this result in this experiment was this second group, they were also present. They were in the now. They were also practicing the present moment because they were not connected in the mind. So that is all something that we need to take up, that we practice being in the now, in the present moment, and build systems and process, and forget about the results. They'll show up. That's where you will get your calm and you will lead a good, successful life. And I think we should take this on and work around in our lives.